The following program is sponsored by The Greek, Ely's Radio Shack dealer at 570 Altman in downtown Ely, and brought to you as a public service by Georgetown Media in Ely, Nevada. White Pine County Commission meeting, July 22nd, 2020.
Sure that Mike and Elizabeth are on there.
Elizabeth is on. I think I saw Brian.
Brian, okay.
Bill's on. Yep. Bill's on as well.
So, let's see, wait for Nicole. Nicole will be here in just a second. Jesus. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Richard.
So we're just gonna wait a second for Nicole. I think we can go ahead. She looks like she's on a phone conversation, so I'm going to go ahead and open. Welcome to the Wednesday, July 22nd regular scheduled meeting of the White Pine County Commission. Would you all please stand and join us in the flag? And Lori, why don't you do this today?
Thank you. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, as is normal, we will take this first moment for silence, for prayer, meditation, and I'm asking, like I did in the last meeting, if you would maybe think of our former airport manager and good friend Lance Gale. Please think of him in your prayers or your thoughts. So 1 minute.
This is okay.
Okay, we'll open the meeting and just a couple of quick announcements and before we go into public comment. Our finance director and DA's office are on Zoom. They're present in the meeting, but they're on Zoom. And any questions that we have, we'll be able to ask them on the phone. And also, we got a request from Desi of Social Services, and the items that are listed under her today, she's requested that we move those to the next meeting, so we will do that. So the items under Desi Social Services are going to be moved from here to the next meeting. That being said, that's all I have, and we're open for public comment. Is there any public comment on the phone? You see any, Mike?
I don't know if Elizabeth is trying to speak at the moment.
Okay, we'll get back to her. Anybody in the building for public comment? Please come forward, state your name.
My name is Marietta Henry.
Can you speak up, please?
My name is Marietta Henry. I'm chairman of White Pine Horse Races. I'm here to advise you of the status of the races right now. Our board held a meeting on Monday, July 20th, and we decided to wait until the end of the month to hear what the governor has to say as far as what phase we're in. At that time, when that determination is made, then we will have to make our decision. But thank you for your support, and we just have to wait and see what he has to say. We're hoping things will change, but it doesn't look very positive.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marietta.
Thank you. Anyone else in the audience that has, here we go, Burton?
Good morning, everyone.
Burton.
Good morning.
I just wanted to recognize one of my employees today, Ms. Cheryl McNutt, on 30 years of service to White Pine County. She's going to be retiring hiring on August 3rd. And I have a certificate that I was hoping that you would all sign in appreciation of her service. She's a great employee and a great asset to the county and the community, and it's going to be a big loss, but we wish her the best with her future endeavors.
Thank you, and she is a valuable asset to White Pine County and
Very,
Billings.
very valuable. It's a huge
We really
resource
appreciate
loss.
Cheryl and all that she's done. Words can't express how grateful we are to her, and I think every one of us is very happy to sign that proclamation.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And that she stuck with us for that length of time. Thank you, Cheryl. Too bad we can't have a party, you know, under the circumstances.
Are you gonna do something for her?
Yeah, we have a little office now. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks to Cheryl, thank you. And is there any other public comment in the building? Anyone inside the building that would like to speak in public comment right now? Please come forward, state your name.
So, my name's Brian Hamilton, I'm from Baker, Nevada. Been coming in to talk about racism in our society for the last few weeks. One thing I've kind of talked about every week is that, first off, there's no biological basis of race. So what we tend to think of as races, those people aren't genetically more related to each other necessarily. That's a social construct that we create as a society. And even though there's no biological basis, that idea of races has real consequences. And you can see that with the higher COVID-19 deaths among Black people and Latinos in this country. The other really important thing to understand about racism is that it's a power construct. It's not really about being nice to each other. It's something that we've done, and this was surprising to me to learn that racism was built to justify oppression. So, for example, when we took away the lands of the Native Americans, we didn't do that because we thought they were inferior people. We did it because we wanted their lands, and then we created these racist definitions to justify those definitions. But really, we kind of look at being called a racist as a pejorative, and it's really an objective definition. And I want to give you some definitions from this is Ibram Kendi's book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. So a racist is one supporting a racist policy through action or interaction or expressing a racist idea.
Thank you.
Anti-racist is one supporting an anti-racist policy through action or expressing an anti-racist idea. So there's a pretty straightforward objective definition. And some things I think in the counties that can be done to help create more anti-racist policies. One thing to think about is implicit bias training and testing. We tend to have biases that we don't recognize. And also diversity and inclusion training are some things that can help make it more inclusive county here. And that's really all I have to talk about.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Any other public comment in the halls here in the building? Anyone want to come forward and speak about anything they'd like? Please come forward. What's your name?
Andy Britton with Fury Gold. I'm not sure if this is the time, but I wanted to come up and clarify some things that were listed in the last meeting about the use of the roads going down through York Valley. Our name was listed or thrown out as one of the companies that's using those roads. I wanted to set the record straight that we are not using those roads in any way. We have permission from the BLM to build a road from our current mine site, Pan Mine, along the western side of the range that the Pan Range. And we use that road exclusively to access our Gold Rock site. We don't use the roads going down through North Valley. So I just wanted to make sure to set that straight. We're happy to help with whatever we can, but I wanted to make sure our name wasn't thrown out with some of the damage that's being done out there right now.
And yeah, Andy did call me last week, and I don't know if it just got wrong in the minutes, but I wasn't under the impression anyone on this board had that inclination. I don't believe so. So it just is stated wrong or wrote down wrong or something, but none of us had any inclination that you guys were responsible for that.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking my call too. But if we can help with anything, let us know. We're out there, we've got equipment, and happy to help. So,
Appreciate you putting it on the public record too.
you bet.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Andy.
Anyone else
I'd be too happy, that's a mess.
here for public comment in the building? We'll go back to the phone. Is there anybody on the phone, Mike?
No, sir.
No one on the phone? One last call for public comment. George, I'm sorry, George, I
That's
almost
all right,
forgot
you've
you.
ignored me before, I'm used to it.
Oh, my goodness.
But I don't like it. You know, Mr. Chairman, you need a gooseneck on here. I had difficulty hearing Marietta, not just her, but other people. It's nice that you have it, but when people can't hear, they can't hear. Now you can start the time. Go sooner. Mr. Chairman, on your agenda, item 2C4B, did you notice some of the requirements that the federal government mandates for COVID grants or any other federally assisted or funded project? For example, federal articles that you may take note of. 1, Article 5, the Age Discrimination Act of 1975. Article 6, the Americans with Disability Act of 1990. And Article 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Title 6. Mr. Chairman, the RTC is assisting the city on a regrind on a section of Avenue D between the Prospector Hotel and Lear Machinery, along with soil stabilization to prep for a future chip overlay. That project needs to be done in the general improvement district. Not all of that road has been paved, nor is there any curb, gutter, sidewalk, or ADA compliance. The traffic in that area is too heavy for just a chip overlay. It appears you're doing a sweetheart job. You need to adhere to adopted city standards, not move around them. Let me remind you that the city sued me when I put in new curb, gutter, and sidewalk with ADA access after telling me how to do it and refusing to have the city engineers take the grade for my project. Selective enforcement, Mr. Chairman, needs to stop. Mr. Chairman, state health mandates that masks be worn with social distancing when out in the public or in public meetings. Commissioner Bullis has attended at least 4 public meetings that I have also attended and has not worn a mask. As a public official who took an oath to enforce and abide by all laws, he needs to comply or resign.
What's that?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Who tried to unmute themselves?
Yeah? Maybe next time, honey. The rest of the commission has the obligation to do the same or you need to resign. You took an oath. You can't just look the other way. We lost a dedicated public official, health official, who worked for peanuts because you people failed to give him the proper support. Additional funding needed for a new public health officer should be pulled out of the enforcement departments that failed to do their jobs. The COVID virus is very real. All you gotta do is watch the news. Some of it may be fake, but not all of it. Mr. Chairman, the new parking lot design for the convention center does not meet minimum ADA requirements. The center walkway has not been put back in to keep pedestrians off the street, especially those on wheelchairs. The center walkway needs to be replaced. Again, I asked you, who designed the fiasco, who approved it, who's inspecting it? At least some of the street lights have been fixed, but not all of them. Months. That whole area is dark. That's one of our prime areas in the downtown area, Mr. Chairman.
Your 3 minutes, George, we just got the signal. You can come back. Thank you for your comments.
I need some answers, sir. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna give you one answer right now because I'm kind of tired of hearing it. This
It
county
better be in
commission
writing.
does not-
I've
Listen
informed
to
you in
me
the
for a
past.
minute. You listen to me for a minute. This county commission supported Dr. Beyond 100%. This county commission